You never realize how loud life is until you want silence. Isn't that interesting? You can hear the birds chirping. I love watching. I'm not like a bird watcher or anything, but I just love the freedom that birds have to just fly around ungoverned. Such a such a dream. What an incredible life that they must have. There's some. Let's quickly talk about just a refreshy, a refreshy, a refreshy, a refresher topic. So the top 2 ways to make money. I've been putting this at the beginning of all my videos. So first, you can skip ahead where I'm talking about the politics and stuff. But right now, I just want to say in all my videos that there are 2 top ways to make money right now. And I'm putting these quick tips in every single video, no matter what I'm talking about. So first is I want you to talk to businesses, and I want you to immediately, after introducing yourself and a pleasantry or courtesy, like, hey, how are you? How are you is one courtesy, okay? You don't want to give too much courtesy. That way you don't come across as a friend. Remember, you are a salesman, not a friend. So first, just remember, if you're just tuning in now, I will talk about politics. I just wanted to talk about my life just for one more minute. Okay, so when you talk about businesses, or I'm sorry, when you talk to businesses, you're going to go up to them, introduce yourself, offer one courtesy, like, how are you? You don't want to offer too many courtesies. That way you don't come across as a friend. And then after you offer that one courtesy, you're going to introduce your sales. You're going to say, I'd like to promote for your business. I'd like to promote for your business. And just see what they say. All right, give them an opportunity to answer. Give them an opportunity to ask you some questions. All right, the second thing is try to be the middleman between people that need services done and people that offer those services. Okay, now let's get into today's topic. Today's topic is about letting illegals stay in your home, right? When we've had countless people everywhere that need housing, right? So these aren't people that want to be homeless, okay? These are it's essentially a competition now, okay? It's a competition between actual veterans, veterans, and these illegal immigrants, right? Now, both of them want housing. There's a third group of people that I would consider homeless. Okay, so there are like veterans on the street. I don't consider them homeless. They're just being abused right now, right? They deserve a home, right? They deserve housing. They're just not getting it, right? Because our corrupt government, right? So the illegals, however, they don't deserve a home. They are getting one, and that's just not how it should be. So let me explain how this is all going on and what we can even do about it. So first, let's explain. So we don't even have a country right now. It's almost like if you were a vet and you were on the streets right now and you were like, hey, I'm the first that should deserve housing, let alone uh, America coming to your aid, but no one is, because basically our government is so corrupt that it's ruined everyone's lives. So unfortunately, the veterans just got the worst end of the stick. And if you look at all the recent illegal immigrants that have come into America, they somehow know who this Biden guy is, and they're really appreciative for letting them come in. And now we're being told that we should allow illegal immigrants to just, I guess, stay with us. That was never even an idea. Like, I've been alive for over 30 years. I've never heard any news station, never heard a even like a small news station, like even like a small city news station ever say, hey, that veteran that's sleeping outside, you should let them stay with you, right? But now they're saying that you should let these illegal immigrants stay with you. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Now, of course, I do get it, but I'm just telling you, I don't get it. Meaning, it shouldn't make sense. So when you have a country, right? That country is based on borders, right? But if you don't have borders, see, there's this confusion right now because there's some people that think we have borders, and there's some people that think we don't. Right? Now, I'm, I guess, literally wealthy enough to ride in a plane, right? Whereas some people, I guess they're not getting plane tickets. There are a lot of visa abusers that I've personally met before I was hardcore conservative. I should have turned these mother truckers in. I tell you what, I've met before I was really aware of the amount of illegal immigration abuse on America. I I just kept meeting them. I kept meeting these people. There's this man named Robert that I know. He uh, he says that he personally invites foreigners to stay with him, and then regularly they don't go back to their home country. They just kind of stay here. They just kind of stay here. That's my whole point. It's like, what's going on? We just and then you're like, well, how are they kind of staying here? I'll tell you how. They're essentially prostitutes. Now, if you know me and my history, you know I'm allowed to talk about this issue. The majority of illegal immigrant women in America are prostitutes. Okay? Now, it's not so direct, but it's literally, I'll uh I'll stay with you, I'll do whatever. Like, they are the submissive American woman that you would think you would want. Uh that's the ironic part. Isn't that so interesting? Like, you cannot get an American born woman to like be submissive to you, but yet these illegal immigrant women, the only benefit that they have right now going for them being here in America is that they're not like brainwashed yet by a lot of Western propaganda, as well as they're very submissive because they can't go anywhere else. They have no way of getting their own home. They have no credit. They have no credit score. They have no social security number, right? So essentially, they're like a slave in your house. They're literally and I'm not saying that from my own perspective. I've seen it. I've seen it. I have a girl right now that I could interview. She is illegally here in America. Am I an accomplice because I know about an illegal immigrant and I'm not calling freaking border patrol on her ass? But long story short, she's staying with an American man who has married her to give her citizenship, but typically, because these false marriages our let alone any American marriage is already hard to maintain, but a false marriage is even harder to maintain. And so she's trying to ditch this guy. So she's literally here illegally. She's been given uh, uh, almost. I don't think she's gotten it though. I don't think she's gotten her citizenship, but she's already like trying to get out of it, you know? And it's like, it is becoming a citizen here in America just so damn hard that nobody's doing it. And at the exact same time, are there so many liberal people that are offering foreigners to stay here in their like in some sort of prostitution bed and breakfast scenario? So these are two terrible things that are going on at the exact same time. The first is that you have people who, I guess, just okay, this is three parts. The first part is a question. Is America difficult to get into the right way? Is America difficult to get into the right way? Because it seems, yes. It seems it's basically it seems just difficult enough that nobody's doing it the right way. Nobody's coming to America the right way. The majority. Maybe I'm lumping it all into a one major category, saying nobody's coming into America the right way, but can you say that the majority of people are coming in the right way? No. Okay, so is it too difficult for them to come in the right way? Well, okay, let's just cancel out the fact that America has a lot of benefits for illegals. Okay, let's just cancel that out. So you cancel out the reason for them wanting to be here. So you don't even worry about the reason for them wanting to be here. They're here. So, but why is it so difficult for there to be like a right way? Like if these liberal government people want these illegals to be citizens, why not just make it why not just give out IDs at the border? Why are you letting them in without documenting them? This just doesn't make any sense. It's open, but yet we're not documenting them. Why? If you're going to let them in, you need to immediately give them a social security number. Like, as Biden would say, fast track it. If you were to have open borders and essentially not say you're a country anymore, we can't say we're America. We're just an open land. We're just an open land, but we require ID, which also doesn't make any sense. Everything about all of these results are are contradictory, right? So we're an open land with no borders, but yet we need to give everyone a citizenship. A citizenship of what? Anybody can just walk in and walk out. Citizenship of what? It just doesn't make any sense. Either you close it and you keep citizenship, but if you're going to leave it open, what's the point of citizenship if if it's closed? Oh my God, it's just so confusing. Like both of their options and both of their results don't mix. The conservatives want it closed, and then we want citizenship. Got it. The liberals want it open. They say that they would give citizenship, but yet they're just letting them in without giving them citizenship. So it is what it is. You've let them in with no citizenship. Period. So now we have people, period, in here with no citizenship. Period. Okay, so what did the conservatives do about that? So the conservatives now have to say, well, we're our borders aren't closed. We have people here that aren't citizens. We want borders closed, and then we want people to be ID'd, but yet it's like too late because our borders have already been open and there's already over 20 million people undocumented. So, and how do you even find these 20 million people? Are these 20 million people just going to come out of nowhere and say, hey, I'd like my ID and citizenship now? No, I already told you that the majority of these people that are staying here in America undocumented, they're not looking to ever be documented. Once you get your cookie, why would you ever go pay for it? You got your free cookie. You're in America. They're never gonna go pay for it now. You've got to make it pay to enter. Listen, this line, the alleged videos of lines at the border or lines of people at Texas or something like that, you need to be asking them for some money. I don't know what else to ask for. They're not bringing you anything. I mean, they're just coming to America with what? Alleged skills. Alleged skills. We don't even, I mean, oh my gosh. It's just it's just an abundant amount of people who have no real country affiliation, right? If any, how can you, as an illegal immigrant in America, have respect for your home country if you're here? See, us born and raised Americans, we have this kind of ego about America, like that no matter how bad America is, we're gonna stay here and fix it. But yet you illegals, you'll leave your country when it gets bad, you'll come to our country. How do you not feel embarrassed? How are you not embarrassed that you left your country when it wasn't doing good? And you just went to some grass is greener somewhere else, so I'm going to just go there. Why didn't you stay in your home country and fix it? You're coming to our country. Who's asking you to be here besides some old man named Biden? Surge to the border. Why? Are you doing it just because Biden said so? Are you coming to America because he asked you to? What are you coming here for? Because we give out a lot of stuff and your country's not so good? Aren't you embarrassed? You just left your country, left your culture, left everything in your country all rotten, and you came to our country because things were good and we were giving out benefits to us, born and raised Americans, and now you want some of that? And you even believe that you deserve any of it? No way. And you don't think we're going to fight you for it? Yeah, this is where I'm at, man. I am so close to, in any other aspect of my life, there are a couple options. There's negotiate or there's fight, right? So we've tried negotiating. All that's left is fighting. I suggest everyone prepare for fighting. And I've been warning people about this my entire life because you can be smart, but you also need to be aggressive. Being smart and passive doesn't work. This is not an issue to just be passive about. There's not enough to go around, okay? There's not enough to go around, period. If everyone floods one area everyone, there's no choice but to fight for what's left. Okay? I'm just I just feel so much, uh, I feel like I need to blame the illegal immigrants harshly for leaving their home, no matter how bad it was. Because us born and raised Americans, we have a attitude of never leaving our home, no matter how bad it gets. We have this idea that we would have died. What that is just so important to Americans, born and raised Americans, that we would die before we give up our country. Right? And these other people, they're just giving up their country and walking away, coming to our country. They don't even have our motto. Uh, how do you feel sharing even your country, let alone your home, with these people that won't die for this place, wouldn't put their lives on the line for this land, right? This land, the American land, the eagles, the ants, the land, the mountains, the sky, everything about America deserves my sacrifice. Why don't you illegals feel the same about your home country? Why don't you put your life on the line for your home country? Why are you coming to my country? And then you come to my country and you can't even take care of yourself. You want us to help you out? We already were barely, because of our corrupt government, able to help ourselves. They tax us so much. And then you come over here, you don't even want to pay taxes, you don't even want the citizenship, you don't even want to come in the right way, you don't even respect our land. Whatever money you get, you transfer it into your home currency, send it back, help, but yet you won't go back to your home country. It's like you're just abusing America. How dare you, Greta Voice? You should be glad we haven't shot. I just can't believe we haven't started shooting. I just can't believe it. We're too passive, too patient. What the hell are we waiting for? Oh, you don't want to be violent. The violence is happening. You act like, you act like everyone's acting. Here's what I'm going to end the video on. Everyone's acting like violence can just go away and there'll be some happy rainbow life. Violence isn't going away, okay? All I'm saying is that it can be well-mannered. It can be justified. Can violence be justified? Well, what about all the unjustified violence now? You're like, none of the violence now is justified. Exactly. How about we make it justified? Because none of your negotiations are working. Do you feel your negotiations are working? Do you feel any of the violence now is justified? Two great questions to end the video on. Uh, are negotiations working? Is the violence now justified? Okay, if your answer's no, if the negotiations aren't working, and the violence that is happening now and will always happen, just what the kind of violence that's happening now is unjustified, well then everything's wrong. Okay, negotiations aren't working, and the violence is unjustified, well, then it's all wrong. I'll give Gaza is the best point. Gaza is the best point. Are negotiations working in Gaza? Is the violence justified? See what I mean? See what I mean? So negotiations aren't working anywhere. And instead of the negotiations, the violence that's happening, it's not even justified. It's just unjustified, willy-nilly violence. We're totally lost, okay? We're so lost as like a species, okay? We're just idiots, okay? Negotiations aren't working, and the violence that's happening, it's not even justified. It's not even resulting in something good. Like if we were violent towards Joe Biden, if in Minecraft, we would maybe get a result out of that. If we were violent towards Bill Gates in Minecraft, we might get a good result. However, people are saying that's not necessarily a positive mindset. However, the positive mindset right now is not working. You can't say that you have a positive mindset about negotiations not working and nonstop unjustified violence. You can't say that's working either. So what are you going to say? Well, let's try to get negotiations to work. How about this? You try to negotiate with Netanyahu. You try to negotiate with the military-industrial complex. You try to negotiate with them. They're not going to stop wanting to sell bullets. Okay? Okay? You're not going to win on the negotiations. So what would you maybe win on? You maybe will win on justified violence over unjustified violence. All we have now is unjustified violence. So how about we make it a little justified, all right? How about we do some public hangings? Make it real justified, okay? I don't know what we're waiting for.